Hey, what is going on, guys? That was a text message. Did you hear that? Wow, perfect timing. Maybe I should put this on silent. Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is I Am Hungry, and today we're going to be creating a 360 photo with your drones, or if you have a GoPro or a DSLR, it'll also work. Now, this drone is indeed a Mavic Pro, as you can see right there. No propellers, no camera, because this got in a little bit of a fender bender. A little bit of tape here.
Alright, now that we're on the computer, we have to use 3 different programs. These 3 right here, and also this one will be to view the picture in 3D. All the links for these will be in the description below. Photoshop doesn't really matter which version you have. Mine is Elements. So here we go. So I'm going to be using these pictures right here that I took with the DJI Spark. But if you have a GoPro or DSLR, you want to try a GoPro would be much easier, but what you want to do is take pictures of, well, 360 best you can do. If you have any gaps or anything, your sphere will show it. While you're looking around, there will be a black whatever, between the pictures that you missed. But if you do capture everywhere, like this one for example, because a drone did it automatically, you won't have any problems. So let's load these up into image composite editor by Microsoft or Microsoft Ice. So this program is very straightforward. Just click on new panorama and then navigate to where your pictures are. Select all of them, hit open, and what I like to do is keep it under simple, and then click next. It will then start stitching all of the photos together. Once it's done loading in, it should automatically detect what type of projection it is. So spherical is the correct one. Then just hit next. I find it the best and easiest is just to auto crop, then hit next. And then for the format, I've played around with all of these, and for my pictures, JPEG seems to be the best. And I like to change this to 100. And then just go ahead, in the area you can see that it's 135 megapixels, and then just hit export to disk, save wherever you want. I'm gonna save it right here. It's a JPEG. And then as you can see, the width is 19,456 and the height is 6,953. So this is all saved. We can close out of this if you want to save your changes, whatever. And the reason why we need Photoshop is because when the photo gets uploaded to Facebook, for example, it's not going to work because this picture is not in a 2:1 aspect ratio, and that's what it needs. Unfortunately, it won't work unless it is. So we're gonna drag that into Photoshop. Okay, now that we've got it loaded in, what you want to do is go to image, go down to resize, and then canvas size, and then your width, you want to be a 2:1 aspect ratio. So whatever your width is, you want to divide that by 2, and that'll be your height. So change this to pixels, and then this should equal, in my case, it'll be 9,728. Hit OK. Alright, now what you want to do is create a mask, a rectangular mask. So I'm going to create one right here. Just bring it down to the bottom of the image. Hit the layer mask. And then go ahead and apply that mask. And then grab the arrow tool and bring it down. to the bottom and then create another rectangular mask, and then start at the top of the top up here and then bring it down towards where it meets the top of the sky. And then with that selected, what you want to do is go to edit, fill selection, and then make sure it's under content aware. Hit OK. Now as you can see, the whole sky is filled up. The whole entire image is at a 2:1 aspect ratio. But if you have a sky that has a sun and some clouds over here and some clouds over here, and that's basically it, the rest is blue, and you do this content aware, I'm sure it might get a little messed up. So my suggestion would be still do the square and maybe make it obvious that the top of the image is where you actually captured, if the content aware doesn't work. But that's totally up to you. So this is done. We're gonna go to File, Save As, and then save as another. I like to just save as a JPEG. I'm gonna actually save it to the desktop. I'm just gonna call it 123. Something simple. Alright, now that that's done, we don't need Photoshop anymore, so you can just close out. Okay, now that we have the picture here, if you upload it straight to Facebook, the picture is just JPEG. It's just going to be a still image, exactly how you just seen it in Photoshop. It's not going to be interactive at all. So we need to inject a little bit more data, and that's where this program, EXIF Fixer, that's where this comes in. So I'm going to drag it over here. We're going to open this up, and you can either choose the image that you just created or just drag and drop. Now that the picture is loaded in here, if you did not put the picture into Photoshop and create that extra bit of sky, it would have loaded in as a cylindrical photo, which would have been just like this. But if you can imagine this being printed out and wrapped around a ball without the top and bottom actually meeting the very bottom of the ball, it was kind of like a donut type situation. That's basically what it would do. So Photoshop created that extra bit and actually made it a sphere, and now that's why this one is selected. So then just go down to the bottom, click add metadata. Now it's good to go. Just click X. Alright, so now that that's done, I don't know why it's over here now, but this is still a JPEG image, but it's got that extra bit of data. And to view it now, we have this program, FSP Viewer. So we're going to open that up and then find the file that we had just made. And there you have it. You can click and hold, move all around. This particular image was taken in Troy, Missouri. I don't remember which date, but as you can see, there are no errors. Sometimes you'll be able to find a glitch, kind of like that right here, but it's not the program's fault. It's most likely the camera, because there was a little bit of wind like this right here as well, and the drone may have moved a little bit, but yeah, as you can, whoa, way too high. Oh yeah, well, okay, well, here's the sky. It's really hard to tell where the seams meet for the 2x1, but yeah, this picture is now a 360 image, and it'll work exactly like you just saw on Facebook.
So that's all the tools you guys need to create your 360 photos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and comment down below what camera you think I'm shooting with. The first comment that gets the right answer, I will pin you down below. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.